So.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor was in 41.
So,
don't give me that.
Oh, 41.
It ended in 45.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I was born right after D-Day, I think. Right before. I think it was June 6th, and I'm
What's
June
your birthday?
1st. June 1st.
You're 6'1", baby. Okay.
June 1st. June 1st. I gotta remember that. June 1st.
Well, and you June 7th, right?
Nope.
June 5th.
15.
You Juneteenth?
15.
Oh, okay.
15,
I was about to
15.
say.
I don't know why I thought it
they
was.
made you a holiday almost.
Yeah, right. Didn't they? Come on.
Almost made you the holiday.
Yeah, I was messing with my computer and it was like, well, you got hacked. I'm like, oh, you about to make me go crazy up here.
Was it?
I don't know. I have to go back and finish. I was able to switch some. Everything is going through GoDaddy. And every so often, I really believe that somebody inside of GoDaddy do the little hacking stuff. And every year, for some reason, I'm gonna pay $1,000, $2,000 for them to do something to my account.
Now I've been using GoDaddy my whole time. I never had that.
Really? I don't know why, but yeah, that happens to me.
Wow.
They'll tell me, well, you need to add one more product because this is going to save you. Okay, and it's going to be $1,000.
They might be looking at your financials.
So,
that's what it is.
They should still be paying you. No, but they work with an IT
partners,
company, right? And then they give you over to them, and then they tell you whatever. So it's
a challenge.
Yeah, someone called me and they got me. They had me open up my email and click something. And they took control of my computer.
Wow.
And they wanted $400 in order to give me back my computer. Give me back control of it. That's how they got me.
Yeah. Did you pay it?
No.
Oh.
And I did. It's crazy. I just hurry up and disconnected everything. I guess I did it quick enough to keep it from
what I do, I usually just shut it off real quick.
Real quick, but, unplug it.
What they did was that I was getting these emails from Microsoft 365. And they kept saying, well, your password is going to expire in so many days. And I'm saying, and I kept dumping them over. So today I've started to work and I was like, let me see. And it was like severity. You got to do it today in 2 hours or 6 hours. I'm saying, wow, I need my emails. I'm like, well, let me try. But before I would try, I said, let me call GoDaddy and see, is this really legit? When I called and she said, well, no, I think because you're the admin, then everybody's going to be hacked. And
that's real comforting.
You know, really. I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't feel like it.
Yeah. And now with all your banking information tied into everything, that's the real problem.
Yeah, and the real problem I have with it is they combine everything. So they tell me to go on my cell phone, and I'm like, why am I going on my cell phone to give you anything off of it? I'm not.
I don't like that either.
So it's just.
I had subscribed to a service. It was called TechServe or something like that. I had bought a computer from QVC or one of those things, and they gave me like 3 years computer tech service support, or whatever. And when it expired, I called them and I said, I know I'm expired. Can I get my own private pump? So they did. And I don't know, it was like $200 and some odd a year. Small price to pay.
A private what?
Could I be a private pay? Because they had a contract with QVC or Home Shopping Network or whatever. And I wanted my own private pay. So it was about $200 and some odd a year. And it was all the computers I have. I mean, everything. So that was a good price. And I had that for about 5 or 6 years. And back in November, and this is why I should check my emails. They sent an email.
Too many now.
They sent an email advising me that they were changing their plan and that I needed to contact them to say that I wanted to go auto on that plan. And I didn't do it. And I had a problem with the computer about a week later. And I called and they said, well, Miss Sharif, you're no longer covered. I said, why not?
Yeah. No,
but they should have gave you a grace period. If you've been a customer that long, they should have it built in.
They said that if they did it for me, they'd have to do it for everybody. I
build
said,
the first 30 days.
I said, I won't tell.
Oh, right.
Well, GoDaddy did the same thing last year or the year before. I ended up paying them $8,000, and they do my website, my emails, and this, that, and the other. And the price had went up. Allegedly, when I got it, it was a discounted price. If I ever knew it was going to be $8,000, I would have. And then they said, "Oh no, we billed your card $8,000, your credit card, because they make you put everything on file. $8,000." I got American Express, and I was like, "Hold up, $8,000 to
That's crazy. That's a lot.
I could get the money back.
I gotta go look at your website now.
Right, and it's not even worth $8,000,
I gotta
they
go
were
see.
like, "Oh, we keep hackers out and all this other little components."
And they got the hackers, right, going in there. So yeah.
And they are the hackers.
Yeah,
To me, they
yeah,
are.
yeah,
I don't know. I just gotta, get past that.
It's like an ambulance chase.
It is.
Yeah,
It
like
truly is.
Like an
But you at their
ambulance
mercy though. It's almost like the doctor. You at their mercy.
But Lord,
what you gonna
please
do?
they need to be at my mercy.
Yeah.
for that kind of money.
Yeah, they're a mess. Yeah. Okay.
Boy, my eyes are jacked.
Mine.
Is there something in the apple?
I don't know.
It was this
I was kind
implant.
of dry. My eyes feel real dry or something.
Gritty.
And I was saying, what is this? I went to the washroom and I was sitting, I sit the heater by me, and I could feel my eyes dry. I'm like, ugh.
Mine feel gritty.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get you something for that.
You getting some eye drops?
No, I'm gonna get you, get you a stand for your phone.
Oh, look at you now. You're sophisticated.
No, it's not that.
Yeah, hey, it's better than what I'm using a bottle of water for. So, Brand Sharif.
Yes.
You talked to Pat lately?
I
talked to her
I was
yesterday.
just getting
Because
ready
of
to
you,
say that.
yeah. Because of you, I reached out to
I
her.
was just going to say that I have formed a relationship with her daughter Ruby.
Thank you.
I think her name is Ruby. I'm almost
I
sure
heard of her, but
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Almost sure her name is Ruby. You want to get over here closer? Do you think your wife will say, "What you sitting that close to that old woman for?"
No, my wife, I'm crazy. She all good. So, you all good. Ruby. Yeah, I don't know her name, but I know her.
I told Pat when the weather got better, we'd go out and have lunch.
But you know she's in the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She lives out in Crete.
Mm-hmm.
She's out in Crete now with her oldest daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to lean in.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let this man lean in if he wants to.
No, yeah, he can, but when he sees himself, he's not going.
I feel like
So
Jesse.
you've been doing it, you know.
I feel like Jesse James, when he was robbing the train.
Oh wow!
And he got confused.
What?
He got confused.
You know what it is? Huh? Okay.
He got confused. He was nervous. His first train robbery. He said, "We're gonna rob all the women, rape all the men."
Oh wow!
And a guy
Yeah,
in the
totally
back,
backwards.
guy in the back said, "You mean you're going to rob all the women, rob all the men, and rape all the women?"
Yeah, he's
So,
totally backwards.
Sissy in the back said, "Let this man rob this train like he wants to."
She was ready, huh?
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Wait. I'll start over. I hit the wrong button there.
So this every week?
Mm-hmm.
I hit the wrong button and it doing back there. I'm like, what happened to the people? Today is the day, right? Well, let me answer the door before I get started because that person's going to be out there. Okay, you want to finish talking? I'll be right back.
Okay. So that's our father.
That's his father.
Oh, she married.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the guard's son.
Yeah, that's his son.
How many children did he have? He the only son. No. With me, you always gotta say.
I think there were several from.
But he got he's holding it down.
Yeah.
Right,
he was the one by the one he was married to.
Okay. I know how it goes. Yeah. But no, and they've been here how long?
Since they sold the building over there in Cottage.
What cottage and what?
77th and Cottage. You know, the old Jules, it used to be an old Jules.
Right.
And it used to be called the QBG building.
Mm-hmm. So that was them.
Yeah, and that's where my title office was.
Yeah, I heard you was a bigwig.
Well, I ain't no big wig.
No,
I'm trying to help the people.
Several people told me about that. I said, Bria, I said, we argue all the time. I said, we families, because, they're like, yo, yeah. But yeah, I want to say in the realty world.
Yeah.
Phyllis Logan?
Yeah, I know Phyllis Logan. Yeah, I know Phyllis. I know all the old people. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't consider Phyllis old.
She might read. She might be like,
I don't consider Phyllis is not as old as I am. But I've been around.
No, that's what I said. You know, I'm block by block, so when I bring names up, people can vouch. Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Joyce Gibson?
No. Not by name, but
okay.
Right.
Joyce is closer to my age than Phyllis, and we. The Dearborn Real Estate Board is the oldest professional African American real estate association in the country. Mm-hmm.
Here,
they were the
in
first.
Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Started.
Where at? What block?
They have an office now over on about 85th and Stony on the west side of the street.
Mm. And you know them well?
Yeah, I'm a member. I've been a member.
So you got so every second Monday is our Realtors Day.
Okay.
So I need to meet someone.
Okay. Well, I can introduce you to the president, the guy that's our chair of the board, or our chair, not the board, our chair of the housing committee. He's also on the Chicago Realtors Board of Directors.
That's more diverse.
So that's white folks organization, and he is on the board of directors also for DREB. That's what they call the Dearborn Real Estate Board, and the national umbrella is called NARAB.
Sound like Arab.
I know, right?
They in Atlanta, where they based out of?
I think they're in Ohio. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not
Ready?
sure. Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. You are listening to Conversations with the Citizen.
Hi, and welcome to another week of Get Your House in Order. I'm your host, Bryn Sharif. The information provided on this podcast is not intended to be legal advice, but to inform you of the importance of getting your house in order by making a plan that will establish your legacy for the protection of you and your family. If you need help in any area that we discuss during this podcast, you can give me a call at 773-817-0601. We encourage you to contact a professional of your choice who is licensed for you to speak to your individual situation that you may have. On today's show, we will be discussing community organizations and those folks that are really in the mix. I am honored to introduce to some and reacquaint with others the famed star of both stage and screen, one Cyron Smith. We all call him Cy. You may be familiar with Cy. He has been around, his organization, the National Block Club University, has been around for 32 years. Don't let his youthful look belie. Oh, he's pointing to
great head. I'm getting there. There you go.
He is the founder and CEO. The organization, the university as we call it, is an amazing organization. Cy had a background in organizing when he was a part of the greatest organization, or certainly the most complex organization, which is the military complex. And so give us a little background, Cy.
Well, first, let me say I'm honored to be here. It's my first time here. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful space. And Brent, I haven't seen you in 20 years, I feel like. So it's an honor to be
Hadn't
here.
been quite that long.
I feel like it, yeah. Well, we had 3 years of COVID, so it's been a minute.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I like to tell people I'm just a humble servant. I just do the work. I grew up in the projects where shooting and killing was every day. And so I wanted to grow up and do something about it. And so going in the U.S. Navy allowed me to see the world.
Yes.
And that was a game changer. Back in the late 90s, the early 90s, people couldn't travel the way they travel now. So to get out at that, in the 90s was a big deal, and it changed my whole way of looking at life.
Well, I'm so glad that you had that opportunity to expand your vision and view, because what you have done, and I tell you this all the time, you have one of the most comprehensively complex organizational structures that I have ever seen.
And you've seen a lot, so that's a compliment.
You cover everything. You cover from the rooter to the tutor. How did you come up with what was the first step? Because I know it didn't all come out as it has morphed into something extremely comprehensive now.
Well, I get criticism for that too, but I like to tell people I am a Capricorn. They tend to be very anal, stubborn, type people. And so I'm one of those people. And it's something because in boot camp, they wake you up very early in the morning. Well, I never liked sleeping. So as a child, my mother used to almost whoop me because I wouldn't go to sleep, So for me, it was easy. I was up already thinking. And so when I joined the Navy and went on the Navy ship, they put me in charge of 60,000 publications.
Wow.
Now, of course, on a ship, there's 3 levels. Someone near retirement, someone in their prime, and someone like me just getting started. And so, of course, you're going to answer to that elder, if you will. But the key, if we didn't update those publications, people could die. That's how severe it was. And if you didn't update them, you can also go to jail, too. Because if one of the airplanes they're working on, it was an emergency action, they noticed that the engine is doing something, and you don't update that publication so the mechanics can fix that, and troops die because of that. That's on you because you were the person keeping the paperwork. So I think that matched who I was as a temperament, someone that paid attention to details, who had to get it right. And so I took that and carried it over. So those 60,000 publications, now we have about 60,000 documents with National Block Club University. So it just matched what I was already doing. So yeah. So that's kind of, it was seamless for me. That's the point.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you came home, you wanted to change the community based on the experience that you had brought back home. And we had talked about this. It was very perilous on the streets, far more perilous than it is even now. Yeah. So what was your first course of action?
Well, what I knew was that travel was the missing link because I went from the projects of Jane Addams and Cabrini Green to being in Hong Kong, Thailand, Singapore, United Arab Immigrants, Hawaii, and no amount of book training, counseling could replace the smells being in Africa, the smells of being in Dubai. And so I knew that we had to get our people traveling, like East Central, and I think about rich white kids, when they're on drugs, they send them away to Colorado to resort so they can get treatment. And I'm like, well, where do we get sent away to besides downstate, upstate jail? So I said, we got to implement that. And so the first order of business was to take the Chicago 20 black zip codes and link it to 20 different cities, so that every zip code is linked to a specific city. And now we make sure that travel is there. So the children from Inglewood go to New York.
And
There we go.
And what you amaze me with all of this complexity, you hold this in your mind, because I can ask you right now, zip code 60619 is New York, you said?
No, 19 is Chatham, so that's linked to Philadelphia. So this is Little Philly, so the north side of Philly, we making sure they get to know about Chatham.
Okay.
And you guys are the highest lottery playing zip code on earth. Been like that for 30 years.
And I have heard that. That's will be
blasphemy.
another that'll be another show.
Yes.
That will be another show. That has been, as you said, that has been a statistic.
My whole time.
That has been a statistic for a long time.
Yes.
It's that kind of data that you collect that just every time I talk to you, it's like you call it the National Block Club University. I feel like I'm back in class, learning something in so many different aspects.
Yes.
It just astounds me, Si. I'm awestruck.
But you beat me up too, though, Brand. You know you beat me up too now.
I don't beat you up.
And I love it though, because again, you learn from my elders.
Yeah, but I don't.
No, we be fighting. If y'all knew, we be going at, and I love it too. Honestly,
but it's a different perspective.
Big time from an elder who's seen some stuff before.
But
so
the information that you collect, I don't.
No. I love it.
I talk about process sometimes, and particularly the political stuff. And
let's go.
Yeah. That's we're going to get into that.
Right.
So, the significance of having the zip code, let's say 60619, whose sister city would be Philadelphia.
Right.
Hold on, y'all. Not only are they connected to Philadelphia here in the United States, what is their African connection?
Angola in Africa. Yeah.
So have you done anything recently that would say that the youth in a particular zip code that they actually get to travel to their sister city? Have you done anything like that recently?
So we when I was working at Willis Tower at the accounting firm, I financed all the out-of-town trips. So every third Saturday we went out of town. And the purpose of us going out of town was to reinforce the relationships. So to the teenagers, they was just going out of town. But no, the reason you was in Birmingham, because it was Birmingham's once a month term. So it was more strategy behind it, but for them it was a free trip. Now they had to do some community service to do it, but we used to do that for 10 years.
Okay.
And so we spent over $100,000 on those out of town trips.
And what were some of the, and I always say, you don't get a right without responsibility. And that's what has happened with too many of our youth. They get the goodies without doing So what were some of the community service projects?
Well, in the military, we had what we call MWR, Morale, Welfare, Recreation. We created work, recreation, and training. So you couldn't have recreation, which is the trip, without doing some work and without learning something, training. So that was built in. Every week they knew what work did you do, and every Friday is Love Senior Citizens Day. So what senior grass did you cut? Rake their leaves, shovel their snow. Because if you didn't do the work, you weren't going on recreation. So we built that in, and it's still now going on.
And you still have that?
Yes.
Where for those that, how does a person, if they are an elder, how do they get in contact with you? What is the process?
Well, the process is mainly referrals. So we don't go on the media and say, call us. It's you telling me your auntie is over here on this block. We always ask the zip code first, number one. Because with the zip code, it opens up everything. Every zip code has a once a month duty day. And when that duty day comes up, that's the audit. So every second Wednesday is Chatham. So at least 12 times a year, we're able to audit what Chatham is doing. Who moved in, who moved out, who died, everything from the 7-day living habits in Chatham. So when you're doing that type of information gathering and sharing, you're getting referrals. So it's a massaging every 30 days that we audit that.
Okay. So if a person lives in a specific zip code and they have not yet encountered or been introduced to the day of the week or of the month that you were providing those services, how do they connect?
But unfortunately, we do distribution of flyers.
Okay.
But we're limited with that.
Okay.
With the cost, especially now,
Yes.
printing is very expensive.
Yes.
So not like it used to be, and plus electronic. So
Okay.
the best way is social media now.
Okay.
And so just like today, Erica Dunn, she's the leader for Chatham. She posted all the health stuff. I mean, she killed it today. She posted about bones and the breathing and exercise. And so every Thursday is Health Day for the world. So when you have leaders like that promoting it, people, I want to know more. And they go to New Contact.
Okay. Okay. All right. And so go through the days.
Yes.
So Thursday is Health Day.
Yes.
So give us the run of the week.
Can I tell you how we got there first?
Okay.
So in Chicago, which I say is the toughest city in America to organize, like no other city is tough as Chicago, gangster. And it's because so many strong leaders are here. And so when you got strong wills, it's a lot of fighting. And so we had, over time doing this work, we had people who said, you must stop the violence or you can't talk about education. Then we had people saying, you must fix education or you can't talk about violence. And then you had some people saying, if you're not healthy, you can't do nothing. So you had, and these are great leaders who were in their lane. And that's when we came up with, let's just say everything is important, but let's give it unique time.
Okay.
And so every Sunday, Family Day, because we know when we out there showing the list of people been shot and killed, it's the families. Okay, well, Sunday is Family Day. So now can we work with you on Sunday? Since you said Sunday, that family is the biggest problem, on Sunday, let's work together.
Yes.
Let's make sure the family got a plan for succession. You know, every Monday is Safety Day. So that's the violence sheet you have in front of you. So Monday is your smoke alarm work. So when we hear about someone dying with no smoke alarm, we knew we violated the Monday agenda. Because Monday comes 52 times a year. So to not have a battery working, that means you miss 52 checks. Every Tuesday is Education Day. So the key with that is, what is your child's favorite subject, worst subject? Who on the next block is your child's worst subject, but they're the best at? That's how you can synergize that.
So then it's like reach one, teach one.
Big time. But if I love math and on the next block they're failing in math, it makes sense for them to know each other. Yes. So when we collect that information, it allows for harmony there. Every Wednesday is Economic Day. We don't buy from nobody but us Day.
That's buy black.
Economics, buy black. And so the way you hold yourself accountable with that, at the end of the month, it's 4 Wednesdays. If you can't name 4 black businesses, not charities, that you did business with, you know you didn't keep the habit. And that is like pulling teeth. My wife, we battle because she can't name her 4 all the time. And she got better lately, but she got to name her 4. I got to name my 4. We don't get to commingle them. This is about black dollars going to black business takers, risk takers, people who are hiring people. Every Thursday is Health Day. So it helps our ladies get the men to go see the doctor. You say, hey, don't forget Thursday is our Health Day. It helps when you got someone who is sitting on the porch and then we come jogging by. It gives some pressure that you might go in the house because you don't want to be seen sitting on the porch and everyone else is moving. Friday is Love Our Elders. That's important because the wisdom, just sitting at their feet learning. Then a lot of our elders die of loneliness. And so Friday allows them 52 times a year to not be lonely. And then Saturday we reverse it to the young people and we focus on them. So those young people, they didn't know the reason they was out of town was because it was Saturday. It was always the weekend. So that's living the habits.
Okay. All right. As I said, the comprehensiveness of your program and how you can retain all of those things, how it relates to the city and how it relates to an aspect of our quality of life and how it relates to so many things. I'm just awestruck. At this point in time, and we're coming up to the midterm, do you get involved in politics?
Yes. Every second Friday is report card day for politicians.
Okay.
Worldwide.
Okay.
So our people in Detroit, hey, second Friday, how they doing? You know, we want to get that really in our people's spirit, block by block, because elected officials get to chill out for 3 years and then give out free turkeys the last year. With the second Friday, that's 12 times a year. And if we're documenting your performance, now you get a real evaluation instead of using the election as an evaluation. So yes, Every second Friday is report card day.
So do you publish what
We used to.
that is?
We used to.
I know you did.
That's one of the reasons why I got out the city. Because it got ugly in Chicago.
You had a legislative report card, which gave insight into what legislation was coming at all of the levels.
Yeah.
And that was very good. Is it lack of volunteers that make that challenging now to follow?
No, I think the biggest thing is if you don't have the courage, if you will, and I'm gonna say that, but I ended up leaving too. My neighbor had more violations than I did, but I got all the fines because I was doing that. You get what I'm saying? Chicago is tough, and I say it's tough. It's for a reason. So if you're gonna put your neck out there and give an alderman the F, you better be ready to handle everything that come with that.
Or you'll get F.
You'll get, and that's, so going to a Republican state in Indiana, at least Gary is Democrat, but you have the state to create balance. It's not here. You have no balance. You go afoul of the Democrats, you're in the world of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the key. But the key is eventually, as more people get on board, there's safety in numbers. So the more we get people on board, now it'll be hard for the aldermen to attack everybody.
Okay. And this is what we talked about when I asked you to come on board.
Right.
Do you see your organization being a part of a change of thought, of how we come to an understanding of how our vote goes? The recent Supreme Court decision, which now allows, and this is amazing to me, now allows an incumbent that feels their incumbency is going to be challenged because of the lines of the district. Now the Supreme Court says that incumbent can gerrymander a district to serve their needs to get reelected. That is just, that is just unfathomable to me.
But it happened to me. Like, I was in the 15th ward, and so every 10 years, because of the census, they got to redraw it out. They mapped out my one block.
Okay.
Think about what happened with Blagojevich here. The Democrats been doing that. So a lot of stuff I hear people say about Trump, I would say, if anything, he's very bold and gangster with it. But the Democrats have done that. That's one of the reasons why I say it's tough here. If you don't go with the fold, they will do that to you. They'll gerrymander around you. They will call out the zone and code enforcement on you. You may come up missing. You may come up saying you committed suicide. So it's no different. It's just, in this case, he's more vocal with it. And they're more, conniving, sneaky, and under the radar.
One of the things about how it used to be before,
mm-hmm.
and it's never going to be that way until they change it, is that you were always able to go to the courts. At least you could bring the case
mm-hmm.
before the courts to have them review it. Now, whether you win or lose. But now that they have changed the law, you can't even bring them before another tribunal to be able to have your
some
day
recourse. Right. I get
in court. And that's what is unnerving to me.
Well, you're more knowledgeable. Here's what I would say, though. It's no different than when you have a government, federal, state, and local, where state and local and county all controlled by one party. If you go afoul of them, they will do everything you're saying now. They'll do it to you locally. I lived it firsthand. Okay. Here's what the good news for black people. The good news is the world is waking up, the whole world, of who we are, our power, our resiliency, how we've been able to press forward despite every deck being stacked against us. We've been able to create, innovate, all of that. The elite white males, time is winding down. They're getting older, transitioning. January 6th showed that even in their community, their young people called the police, the FBI, on their own mother. That lets you know there's a break. Back in the day, the white children watched black men hang. They called the police on it, like not for hanging, but for just going into the Capitol. So we got to look at how the demographics are changing. Their numbers are not repopulating. In Greece, for instance, they're getting ready to close daycares because they're not having enough children. Africa will be the largest 2.5 billion people in just 27 years. So every Fortune 500 company will have to shift to that demographic of consumers that's going to be out of this world. So when I look at the world, it's changing, and the way the old guard, the way they've been operating, they're on the last leg. They're struggling to stay relevant.
Being on the last leg, but I talk about systems, and everyone talks about we're in a democracy. We are not.
We've never been as black people.
But even white folks, this is a constitutional republic. We elect people to represent us. And that's where the voting comes in. We vote names and not necessarily understand where those elected officials are representing us.
But Brand, you know, the way it works is this. Even people, especially new ones running, everything goes through committee on all levels. So whoever's the chairperson of the committee, if they don't like you, your stuff would never get up there. So you'll promise people, I'm going to do this. No, you're not. They'll put you in the committee and your stuff would never get out of committee.
And fortunately, it says when it went into committee for markup. So you know that they did or they didn't. See, but people don't do their due diligence to find out whether they're able to win and see numbers.
People not going to do that.
Wait. Why not?
Because they trying to survive. You know, gas is $4. Like people, they're like, you know, so.
And it's going to stay $4. Do you realize that? And these are numbers. The margin by which Trump won is almost the exact number that black folks that did not participate in the election.
Now you know we talked about this. So
yeah.
I say this about black people. We are so powerful, strong, resilient.
Yes,
that I am super slow to critique us because we are able, through struggle you create. That's why we created so much. You know what I mean?
But see, I came through the struggle.
Well,
I came through
you still
the
in
civil
it,
rights.
Yeah, you still
no,
in
but
it.
I'm saying we were the ones that pushed the ball and got it started.
But what y'all wasn't up against was 24-hour TV. TV went out back in your day, didn't it?
Oh, definitely.
You had the red, yellow, green.
Yeah.
We got hypnotizing happening.
No, it was not red, yellow, green. It was black and white.
Okay, well, that's even further back then. But my point is, what we're up against now is what you guys never experienced.
Okay.
They're massaging the minds of our people every second. Look at the TV. They put medicine commercials. They wasn't allowed to do that in '73. And it was against the law to do that.
And you know why?
Because of politicians.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Why?
No. The undergirding reason is that the television, the broadcast networks that we have, work on sponsorship.
Okay.
What was the major sponsorship that got cut?
I'm not sure. You saying pharmaceuticals?
Liquor and cigarettes.
Okay.
They used to have liquor ads.
But I'm not getting what you're saying. So you're saying.
So they had to fill that gap. Yes, I promise you. I promise you. That was the motivation.
But they had to pass the law first. The law said that they couldn't go directly to consumers to promote.
So they lobbied for that.
I'm saying the politicians is the gatekeeper to let things go.
I understand.
But
then we wouldn't have had broadcast. So then how does that politician look at something that people are going to blast them for? That's when pay TV, cable, and stuff came in. Everybody couldn't afford it.
Right.
So what happens if all of a sudden you turn on your television and it's blank? And I've experienced that. Recently.
Yeah, if you don't have that old antenna, right? So yeah.
Just recently, when Channel 11, who used to run 5 different channels off of. They had to close one because of the
federal funding.
Lack of federal funding.
So I'm not going to defend, like, our challenge worldwide is white elite men. So let's be clear.
Okay.
From whether you go with Israel, Ukraine, Western Europe, or here.
Okay.
So I'm not going to defend them. But what I will say, we have given our full support to one side.
Okay.
And we don't have the receipts to validate that.
Okay.
And so with that in mind, they don't have a leg to stand on, because if someone do you wrong, they got to show that they sorry. You can't just say it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do something. And you tell me what
is your suggestion?
The biggest thing is blacks, because look at the Asian community. I lived in Georgia when Georgia gave the House over to the Democrats, Warnock and Osman. And the first thing they did, Biden and them did, was pass the Asian hate bill. How you gonna take a 31% black state? They gave you the Congress, and the first thing you do is pass a hate bill for the Asians. This is like in your face, slap you in your face.
We
had the George Floyd. We had the George Floyd bill that they keep playing around with because
but that was nationwide.
But who's fighting for us is what I'm saying. Like, some of our politicians don't even want to say black. They saying people of color. If you take care of black, you take care of everybody else. So we got to be bold. We need leaders that's going to be bold to say black. And that don't mean exclude no one else, but we got to start with the root.
So in that grouping that you have in university, who are you training?
Everybody.
To become elected officials?
So let me say it this way, because I don't want to get in trouble. Let's just say everyone is being educated so that they run. But we're not pushing them politically. Let's just say we're going to make sure that everyone is learning. And that second Friday is political day, to make sure people are learning the levels of government, stuff that you should know in 8th grade, but we go make sure we remind you of it. But going back to what you're saying, I think what we have to do is what the Asians have done. They're the least voting people in America. They got the Asian hate bill. What they do have is the strongest family.
The least
out of the demographics of people.
They are perhaps the smallest of the minorities.
That's what I'm talking about. Right.
But they vote.
But their numbers it just don't.
I understand.
Right. You're talking percentage.
I'm talking percentage of them that vote.
Right.
They are the highest.
There's two things they have that we got to look at.
Okay.
Family connection, they stay connected, and economics.
Okay.
Chinatown.
Okay.
Dollar circulation. Okay. What do we got a party that tells us that we should, no matter, even in your best interest, allow other people in, even if it's going to hurt you. The Asian community not doing that, but they don't have the political clout, but they got stuff. So our problem is our own elected officials ignoring our own plight for someone else.
And see, this is where you say it's the elected officials. I say it begins at home.
It always starts at home. But what I'm saying, home is broken, though.
But home is broken only because we allow it to be broken.
You give me a reason. Home is broken, though. So right now, home is broken. So now, if little Johnny in the classroom is slow and ignorant and he keep failing, you got to look at the teacher. Because she can't say, his home broken. The teacher got to find a way.
Wait, the teacher is his mama.
I get that, but what I'm saying, in the classroom.
You don't get it. So if you don't get it, that mamas should not relegate their teaching and training and coaching of their children to the teacher.
Mama on drugs. So now we give up on
then there's that child, that person's mama.
It's generational.
We've got more churches.
Grandma, all on drugs. I'm telling you what, Brent, I deal with this every day.
I understand that, but I'm saying we've got churches.
I deal with pastors. Pastors are struggling with membership. It's all women in the church. They struggling too.
So the women that the pastors have in church are all on drugs.
Not all, Brad, but you going with the enforcement argument, and I'm saying
I'm talking about the basics.
Accountability.
You've got to start somewhere.
And what I'm saying, let's start with who we pay salary to, because we know the home is broken. I pay you. They built in their pay raises. Alderman did. It's built in now. They used to have to come before the council and approve it. It's built in as the cost of living. So what I'm saying, we got to start with who we paying more money for a part-time position to. We're paying them.
So tell me about this teacher that is supposed to make those children understand.
You framed it the wrong way. Not make
that
you don't give up on. You don't give up on. That's what I'm saying. Because that's what you are. You're saying it's the parent.
What happens when you bring the mother to talk about the behavior of the child?
It's broken,
and the mother is upset with the teacher.
I got it. I know some
And there have been fights about that kind of thing.
Big time.
Yeah.
We got videos on YouTube.
So I am concerned that it begins at home.
I'm not arguing against that.
And I'm saying the young men need to stay cleaving to the young women.
I'm with you on that.
Okay.
No argument there.
And they need to understand that their children are, what's that song? Our children are our future.
Mm-hmm. How about
everybody
this?
Is about through the future.
Since the home is broken, can the village step in? That's what we're about.
Okay.
You agree with that?
I
so
agree
inside
with
the zip code, can we ensure that the 7 daily living habits, which is stability, that they're promoted so that when that child, that mom who don't know algebra, but Tuesday's education day or the next block is someone that knows algebra.
But even before you get to the education, when that man and woman get together, that young man and young woman get together, are you teaching them how a family is to be? What day does that happen?
Sunday. Family
that's family day.
That's right.
But, so what do we do on Sunday?
The values is important because that's what it boils down to. But here's let me say the enemy that you didn't have to deal with as much growing up. We have California, the most dangerous state for black people in America. You know why?
No.
Because in Northern California, they control our algorithms. If you do the wrong thing, they can zap and take away your ability to be on social media. That's Northern California, Silicon Valley. In Southern California, they put the image that we are just chicken, watermelon eating performers, entertainment. They got the whole messaging that you got to now be the alphabet community in order to get put on. Things of that nature. You look at what
is that the LG?
The alphabet community. Right. And they got all, and so that's what we're dealing with. That affects every black mother and father trying to raise their child. They even got white kids putting bullet stickers on their cars in the rural area where there's no bullets hitting cars. So this music and the promotion of the degeneracy of our community. There's lipstick called vagina gonorrhea and all this. It's lipstick promoted by people who wouldn't dare let you even say the wrong word.
Did you know that there've always been degenerative things?
No, but here's what you never had: viral. You never had that because the internet. And that started because of Janet Jackson Super Bowl malfunction. That's where YouTube came from. That is a game changer because someone who's just a nerd sitting in the room now can be.
So what do parents do?
The parents are broken. The village got to do it now.
Wow.
Let me tell you how it works with the parents. Our biggest trip, most expensive trip was to New York City.
I'm just trying to figure out.
I'm about to tell you, our biggest trip to New York City. It takes us, because we drive. It takes us all day, but we got home late. It was around 11 o'clock. It was always Father's Day weekend. On the porch was all the moms, fellas, smoking. We got 15 children in the passenger van. We pull up. He excited. He put his feet in the Atlantic Ocean. He was in Coney Island. Changed his whole way of looking at life. He got out. He was the first kid we dropped out. He got out. Mom. She popped him up his head, said, "You late. Get ready for summer school tomorrow." Cute. All our kids, excitement for him. That's the mama. She didn't pay. We paid for the trip.
Okay.
But the good thing, she can't take away his experience. She can't take away his interaction with other children. So
what was your response when she hit the child?
Well, I wasn't finna battle. I got kids to get home. So I dealt with her later. Yeah, I gave her, I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm gonna tell you. But I'm just saying that was the action. That's what took place. And some of the guys out there said, "No, let's hear the story." I'll hear it later. But what I'm saying to you, when you say the parents, this is what we dealing with. She got a free trip, 3,000 miles. $3,000 trip for free. And the boy, that changed his life. For me, it was the Navy that let me get away. That's what you need. You need to know there's something else out there. Something else exists.
Okay, now, how did these people get to where they are broken?
You already know.
There already comes to something. Something got them broken. Someone did not do something. Someone did not say something.
Man, you know what we're up against. Now, you know firsthand. First of all, welfare, you got to make sure the black man ain't in the house. Did that hurt us as a family?
Okay, and so they're on welfare. Why?
Because reparations was never paid. That's why.
No.
That's why.
No.
Oh, yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm not, and see, this is
yes.
is why we are.
And think about what reparations is. Reparations is three things, not just money.
Yeah.
The first thing is you got to admit you did something wrong.
And I am all for reparations. Okay. And what we're going to do, we're going to wrap it up right now.
I was about to say.
And we're going to come back, and as actually the NAACP has just started a reparation think tank. I'd love for you to be a part of that. And thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. This has been
Spirited.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Cy, for joining us. And we look for you to come back, and we'll finish this conversation.
You know how we do.
Yes.
Stay strong.